Welcome to Real Vermont News. Today we're looking into why the state allows the cosmetology industry to influence public policy so much that a person is required by law to have more hours of instruction to become a manicurist than to become an EMT. Here's correspondent Mike Bielawski with a report.
Thanks, Bob. The primary goal of cosmetology licensing regulations is not to protect the public. The real goal of these laws is to protect the jobs of people who already have a license by making it hard to get work in the cosmetology field. The other not so admirable purpose of these laws is to protect the profitability of the schools that train people for the various cosmetology professions. In Vermont, you got to have at least 200 hours training to be a manicurist, 1,000 hours to be a barber, and 1,500 hours to be a cosmetologist.
And that is after Vermont passed a law reducing some of these requirements. Until last year, manicurists needed 400 hours and barbers needed 1,500 hours.
What was interesting about the process was how obvious the lobbying was to protect the industry. The Vermont House, for example, passed a reform law saying 200 hours of manicurist training was the most the state could require. That law left other rules for manicurists up to the Office of Professional Regulation, where common sense could prevail. But then lobbyists hit on the Vermont Senate and the bill came back to the House saying the 200 hours to be a manicurist was a minimum.
Other cosmetology rules were rewritten in the Senate to favor the industry that year too. And none of this improves Vermont's terrible reputation as a bad place to start a little business, like cutting hair or doing nails.
Right, and these schools aren't cheap. 1,000 hours of instruction in barbering or hairdressing is going to cost thousands of dollars in cash, plus thousands more in lost income while the students are in school.
Thank you, Mike. If you're bothered by this kind of licensing corruption that keeps working people from getting jobs that pay a living wage, then like this video, click your Facebook share icon to tell your friends all about it, and tell every legislator you meet that you want the government to get off the backs of working people and small business owners. And that's all the Real Vermont News we have time for. A lot more happened, and we'll be looking into all of it.